It is on record.
Okay. Hi, Talene. So I wanted to ask you, I've been seeing your posts online and, the life coaching and all that stuff. And first and foremost, I see a lot of these life coaches now, a lot of quotes, a lot of generic stuff that's put out. For me, I like you as a person. I know you, your energy is good. That's why we're here at this point. And I'm even contributing, like, I'm very picky about that stuff. So my question is, forget what life coaching is about. I know it's to help people get through, whatever it is that they're going to try to get through, battles, struggles, or even maybe they're at a good place, but they want to step it up a notch. Now, what makes you different than the rest, and how do I know, that it's worth it? Haskasar. So what do you offer, and what is the general things that life coaches offer, and what sets you aside from them, and why should I come to you and invest my time and money, and am I actually going to see results? Right? I know that's up to me a little bit too. Pites, what makes you different than, because there's a lot of them. I'm going to be honest with you, there's so many of them, and I'm just very skeptical, and is it going to be effective? And yeah.
Okay. So first of all, thank you for this meeting, and I really appreciate the question that you're asking. It's very true that there are a lot of life coaches out there, and some of them are certified, and they're really, really good from amazing schools, and some of them actually have taken a weekend course in a seminar and call themselves life coaches.
Yeah.
I myself am a graduate of IPEC, which is the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching, which is International Coach Federation certified. I have the certification as a certified professional coach, for dynamics coach, the transitions coach, as well as the Energy Leadership Index development. Now, what are they and how do they set me apart from other coaches? First of all, IPEC system is in a very holistic approach to the human psyche and their challenges and their limiting beliefs and the blockages that keep you from moving a step forward in life to optimal performance. We believe in a form of energy, and by energy, I don't mean a level of karma, although that is also another school of thought. Ours is the emotional intelligence. So it's the level of consciousness. We work on the level of consciousness and awareness to make you reflect on your beliefs and your experiences and how they are how you show up in situations in life today because of those past experiences or beliefs that you have. As a core dynamics coach, I am a specialist in transition, which means that any transition that you're going through in life, my clients start from the age of 11, actually, because they are transitioning into teenagerhood, and it's preparing them. It's not that they are traumatized, or no, that's not the situation that they're in. They're in the parents believe in preparing these children by giving them the tools during transition into teenagerhood so that they will be able to handle themselves in peer pressure, in bullying, any other kinds of challenges that they have, test anxiety, and the list goes on. Now, with adults as well, I mean, you go through career transitions, high school students going into university, university grads going into the job market for the first time, career transitions because you find out that it's not what you like to do, so you want to follow your passions and you don't know how to start. And it goes on. I mean, marriage.
Okay. My question is this, okay, that's fine. Okay, if there's stuff that you could study in books, okay, and you can get the best certifications, but when I was in hospitality, I learned hands-on and my life experience that prepared me for my future. I love that you studied. I love that you have these great certificates, but what life experience do you have? And, I feel like someone has to go through these personally in order to be able to preach it, because there's only so much we can do in books and study, but it's like street smarts. It's like you have book smart and street smart. You could study all you want, but if you haven't experienced that So my question is to you, is there that life experience that you had that prepared you for this, that made you seek for this? Because I think a lot of people love quotes and they love stuff and they want to help people, but they don't have that. They're very sheltered. And I feel like for me, I need someone who's been there. I want someone who's had their hands dirty and that's had that struggle, because that's the only way they can come. Like for me, I'm in real estate, so I've sold homes. Before I got into it, I've bought homes, and I get the emotional experience of it. So when I have my buyers, I could tell them, hey, you're going to be scared. This is the normal feelings. You're going to want to back out. Like, that's the thing. Me as a male, okay, coming to you as a female, we're completely different dynamics. How much, like, I don't want you to go through trauma, but was there something that you experienced in your life that caused you to be in this game? Because for me, if you're book smart, that's great. You may make me realize something, but I need someone who's been through it and who's been through the dirt, who's had that struggle. And I feel like everyone has had that struggle, but I don't know. It's just, I need that experience. And is that something that you've had where it's relatable, or is it just all in books?
Good question. Where do I start?
Okay.
I work with kids because I know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
I come from a broken home.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through the challenges of a divorce as a child of a divorced family, and being part of a new one. I have been through changing countries, changing cultures, moving into different countries.
Mm-hmm.
I've studied business administration and management in university, went on to discover that it wasn't something that I was passionate about, went on into interior design. Worked in the field, and then with the motherhood, I had the break of a few years where I wasn't working. So I know what it's like for a woman also to go out into the job market after years of staying home to take care of children. And it's very scary, and it's very, you don't know where to start sometimes. You don't know, and the guilt feelings that sometimes come because you're leaving your kids at home and all of that. So, and then career changes, because I discovered that what I studied and what I worked on before the children wasn't going to be easy for me while I was raising 3 beautiful children. So I went into another career.
So you have all that life experience, which is great. Okay.
And then of course I'm separated now, so it's not. I'm going through the empty stage of the empty nest syndrome, my children being away, as well as the separation of a marriage. So I know what it's like also to have conscious separation, which is something that I'm passionate about, the conscious uncoupling of partners while keeping the family unit together.
Now, question to you: when seeking a life coach, let's say if it's not you, is there like a set rule, like what people should go for, so that way they're not going to the wrong person? Is there a certain like guideline that, like I know for me, it's all about energy. So I feel like I already know that about you. So, but it's just for the skeptics. I need to be on the same level, like energy wise. And so, but for people that aren't good with reading people, like what advice do you have for them to kind of like avoid the gimmicks, if that makes sense?
I could speak to you from my own experience as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just take on any client that comes my way. I insist on having an introduction meeting, which will be free of charge, 20 minutes, half an hour. They come to my place. I don't meet them for coffee, because I'm not doing a social visit. So that is very clear. Where I talk to them, and we see within our conversation of getting to know each other, and I ask the questions of why they are here actually meeting with me. What is what are the goals that they want to work on? What are the challenges that they're trying to overcome? And through our conversation, it's about finding out if we click, if our values match. It's very important for me, because I believe that a good coach can coach anybody, but should not coach just for the money. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I have done that before, and it just drained my energy. And when I'm working with a client where our energies match, where our values are the same, maybe I don't agree with all of their values. I'm not saying that they have to be like me or not at all. Yeah. I'm talking about a non-judgmental approach, but with some of the ethics and the values of being the same. Respect, integrity, for me, are very important. Respecting the client and the coach agreement, the agreement of confidentiality, creating the safe space where they feel comfortable enough knowing that our meetings are done in a safe space where they can...
Question, sorry to interrupt, this goes perfectly in this. Now, I completely understand that, but they're also coming to you sometimes a little broken, where their values aren't where yours are at, if that makes sense. So that's why they come to you for the healing. So doesn't that kind of, I understand what you're saying. You guys have to be in the same headspace, but they're coming to you very, how could you say, vulnerable, and they may not be at that same energy where they have to build up to it. So aren't you, if they come to you like that, and aren't you kind of not dismissing them, but kind of be like, okay, well, you know what, I don't want this person, instead of saying, okay, you know what, there's a lot of work ahead of me. I mean, how do you decipher the difference, like, between someone who's
broken is not it's not the problem. By values, I don't mean that they have to be of my values or not at all.
But just a good person.
If let's say a client is coming for coaching just because their partner told them to, and they really don't give two shits about it, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not, you're not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to waste your time or energy or money by doing that. Or if they're coming because they heard that this is the fashion now, that coaching, you know, that they say, I have a coach, you know, no. You've come to my session to work on yourself. This is a partnership where we are going to work together for you to overcome your fears or your limiting beliefs or your whatever is blocking you from moving forward. It has to be a partnership. There has to be a click. They may have different values than mine. That's okay. But there are the integral, the non-negotiable ones. Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. That makes sense.
So it's about thinking. If I were going to give an advice, if one advice to a client, a potential client who's going to a coach and is just basically screening some to see which one to choose, I would think that they would have to feel comfortable and be able to trust that, the feeling of comfort and trust with that person. Okay. And after 2 or 3 sessions, they would see if they're moving forward or not, and they would know.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So depending on that, they would. Okay. Gotcha. What other questions? No, I think you've answered everything.
I have another one more comment to make.
Yeah.
A coach is not a consultant. A coach is not a therapist. So if somebody is going to coach, they are going to the coach so that they will discover the answers that lie within themselves. Therefore, the coach does not tell them what to do. The coach asks the questions for them to be able to go dig deep inside themselves to find the answers that are actually in them. We believe that everybody has the answers lying within. It's just us bringing it forward and basically shifting the energy.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And to be a life coach, do you need to be certified through proper channels, or can someone not be certified and just say they're a life coach? Is there restrictions, guidelines that, because people, because anyone can say I'm a life coach through life experience, but it's almost like a preacher, or, whoever it is. Is there a certain requirement that, when looking for someone are there, I don't know, are there, or no?
I went into life coaching because I already had the knack finding out about people, the interest, the curiosity, the non-judgmental approach to people. People felt comfortable and safe with me when I would be consulting them at that time with the real estate, for instance. But going into this as a coach, the coaching journey, the education part to become a coach was very, very challenging. It was very, and it was very fulfilling. But there was a lot of work to do. So I would think that a client should ask from where the coach is certified, which institute certified from, and if that institute is ICF accredited, which is the Federation.
Okay, sounds good. What else is there? I think that's it.
So how do you feel with what I've had to say? Would you?
I think I like it. For people that are watching, for me, what is important is I've never tried life coaching, but I know one thing in life, whatever you do, is I surround myself with the energy that I put out. So that's very important to me. So people that, everyone's level is different. So if you're not at my level, which I'm not saying it's better or worse, they have to be right there with me. And I completely understand. So whoever's looking, as far as Tallene goes, I know that if and when I start coaching, it is going to be Tallene, because she just gets it. And I think for everyone that's looking, for me too, as my clients, I choose my buyers and sellers. I don't do it for the money, because sometimes if they're a nightmare or they're in it for the wrong reason and they're going to just basically take everybody down, which isn't the key. It's a team thing. And it's a give and take. I drop them if I don't want them. So I respect that it's not for the money. So whoever's looking, in general, Tallene's right there. So I highly recommend her. And I think that's just important, clicking with a person, because, I think when you click with the person, you're going to be more open to it, because I don't know, as far as life coaching, I feel like you have to be vulnerable and you have to say everything that's on your mind, especially because it's confidential. So you should be okay. And if you can't do that, then I think it's the wrong person for the coaching. So whoever is listening, just make sure the energy is right. Tallene's amazing. And again, she's not posting like generic quotes and stuff like that. It comes from, from how I know her, who she is. I know that she's the real deal. So that I say to you guys. So
thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You were going to ask me how.
Move your head a bit. One side, the other.
Oh.
Let me see. This is one of the ones that you posted.
Yeah. Yeah. This is called New Skin.
New Skin.
Actually, it's appropriate for this meeting. Yeah, it's basically just rediscovery of yourself and just being comfortable in your new skin and the development. So basically the lines represent, just all the experience, life, all that. And then just basically the red is the new skin and shining through all that. So I think it's perfect for actually this meeting, which I didn't even, think about until right now. So thanks for bringing that up.
And red is the sign of life.
I didn't know that. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, no way. Okay. That makes it even more accurate. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then. Thank you so much for this meeting.
My pleasure. Thank you for taking the time.
Close.
What happened? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do you have any other questions before we end this meeting?
I think you've covered everything. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Then I shall see you around soon.
Okay, sounds good. Talk to you soon. Bye.